game on the horizon. It couldn't get much bigger against the defending champions. Just if you could recall where you were watching the Champions League final last season, your thoughts about Real Madrid as a side.
Yeah, obviously, arguably the biggest club in the world. So, as someone like myself who's always dreamt of playing in a competition of this stature, it's a dream come true in that sense. Can't remember where I was when I watched it, to be honest. But no, just in terms of the game, it's a game I'm really excited to be involved in. It's a game I've always dreamt of playing in, like I said. And yeah, just really looking forward to it.
The manager's just spoken to us in great detail about how he wants you to stick to the style that's got you to where you are, how you have to sort of believe in what you're doing. How much are the players on board with that, knowing that the manager is so committed to this attacking style of football?
Yeah, we don't change the way we play, regardless of the opposition. We might have to tweak slight little things in terms of the amount we press, for example, just because of the quality of opposition naturally. But in general, the way we go about it is going to be the same. Every day in training is the same process. We approach Ross County away is the same way as we do as this game, so everyone's fully focused. Yeah.
Does it take a special kind of belief, of bravery, to try and do what you do against the best team there is?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it takes bravery, regardless of who you play against, to be honest. You know, there's always going to be slight scares at times just because we take risks quite often. But yeah, against this kind of opposition, we have to be at our very best. We know that. So,
is this the kind of game, Matt, the kind of fixture that you would have wanted to kick off the Champions League campaign?
Yeah, I think so. I know Celtic fans especially, this is the one they've wanted for years, and now we've got that fixture, so hopefully we can put on a good show for them. Yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't really mind who we played against. I think just being able to test ourselves against the best players in the world is just a privilege, in my opinion. So yeah, we're just going to go out there and play with no fear. That's all we can do.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that they are arguably the best side in the world. What should the expectation be, do you think?
From our point of view, to win the game. It's the only... Well, I don't think just that. I think it's to impose our football on the game. You know, we're not just going to go into it and try and get a result in the cliche sense. We're going to try and impose the way we play on the game. And yeah, hopefully that gets us the success at the end of it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we're not going to finish that 90 minutes of football not playing the way we wanted to play.
Mark mentioned the word bravery. I'm wondering if this is a game that the players can enjoy, given the expectation.
Yeah, if you can't enjoy this, then I don't think you can enjoy many games. No, I'm looking forward to it. I know everyone else is as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good night.
Matt, you're talking there, the aim is to win, but as a group of players, we hear that all the time, that we believe we can win this game. You're playing the Champions League holders. Do you, as a group of players, really believe you can win this one?
Yeah, we spoke about it today at lunch. If you don't believe you can win the game, what's the point, really, you know? We go into every single game believing we can win, regardless of opposition, regardless of the magnitude of the game, you know, from an external point of view. So, no, we feel good, and I'm sure everyone's excited. Yeah.
You're talking about feeling good. The team have started the season in excellent form. Do you think this is the best place the team have been in since you arrived? Obviously, it's been so successful since you arrived, but do you think the team are in the best place? And you as well, form been good, great assist at the weekend as well. Do you think you're in the best place?
Yeah, I think it's probably the best I felt, yeah. Physically, especially. Last season I obviously came in January, so I was on the back of quite a lot of games already. This time I had the chance to get a full pre-season and really get going from that perspective. So yeah, I feel good. And team-wise, I think it's just been a constant learning and improvement process. You know, I think we're in a really good place. However, I think by the end of the season, we're going to be a much better team than we are now.
I think it's really just James and Callum who've experienced a Champions League night here. What have they said to you about what to expect when, you know, this place is full?
Yeah, I spoke to a few of the staff about that. I think they just said the atmosphere is going to be electric naturally. It's electric every week, to be honest. But so, no, really looking forward to it. Obviously, the fact that it's a night game just makes it a little bit more special. So yeah, in terms of atmosphere, I think it's going to be bouncing. There's
been a lot of talk about Celtic playing their own football. Looking at the Champions League as a whole, how much of it is about not just making it to the Champions League, but being a competitive team in the Champions League and then going further, not just standing still?
Yeah, no, I'm not just here to take part. You know, we're here to, like I said, try and impose the way we play on the Champions League, on the best teams. And I think we've got got the ability to do that. You know, we're not gonna finish that game with any regrets. We're gonna play with no fear, like I said, and see where it takes us.
You had friends and family asking for tickets and whatnot. How's your phone been?
I have, yeah. I've had a few people I haven't spoken to in a while trying to contact me again, but that's how it goes, isn't it? Yeah.
When you arrived here, obviously in January or the start of February, you were kind of thrown into a huge game against Rangers. Is that what you seem to take that in your stride? Is that what your mindset is ahead of tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think all these years of academy football, now first team football, is just preparation for nights like this. I understand that the game is big from the external view, and like the magnitude of it is really big, but when you're on the pitch, you don't really think about that too much. You play your game. So no, I feel prepared, and I think everyone else is as well.
Is it games like this that justifies your decision to come to Celtic as opposed to staying in England?
Yeah, I think so. I think not just that, I just think the club in general. I mean, this is just a bonus, The fact I get to play in front of 60,000 fans every week who are pretty crazy, I find that quite cool. So yeah, it wasn't just because of this, but obviously the fact that we had a good chance of getting into the Champions League this season, that was definitely an influence, yeah.
We had a word from Ange saying that Kyogo was back training this morning after picking up an injury at the weekend. How did they train? Does he seem sharp, ready to play?
He looks good. He looks like Kyogo, so that's always a positive. No, I think he's fine. I spoke with him today. He said he felt good, so hopefully all's well tomorrow.
Matt, I'm sure you'll always be respectful of your time at Fulham and at MK Dons, but this time 12 months ago you weren't at a club of this size, and now you find yourself on the eve of a game against potentially the biggest club in the world and on the biggest stage. Has it caught even maybe yourself by surprise that you've got to this level so quickly in your young career?
Yeah, I guess when I really think about it, probably. I haven't really had that much time to sit back and reflect on it, just because it's been non-stop games. But yeah, obviously if I was where I was a year ago and picture this, I probably couldn't. But it's a strange game. It can change very quickly. One move or one change of circumstances can change everything. Yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to get a little bit of luck on the way as well, and yeah, just really grateful to be here.
Over the years, the players that have played here have always commented on the influence that the fans have got on a big European night. I'm sure tomorrow night's not going to be any different. What would your message be to the fans tomorrow, considering we maybe not have as much time on the ball as what we've had so far this season?
Yeah, I think they just got to do what they always do. The louder they are, the easier it is for us to impose ourselves on the game. I think that was evident against Rangers at the weekend. When the crowd really got going, momentum can shift. That's the positive of and the advantage of playing at home. So if they can do that tomorrow again, I think we'll be in a good place.
Matt, from a supporter's perspective, it looks like the manager has built a great culture at the club, and it's brought us back to Champions League level. As a player, how would you describe the culture at the club just now?
Yeah, I think that's probably our biggest strength, to be honest, as players and as a team. People don't see what goes on inside the training ground as much as they probably like to, but I can say that everyone gets on really well, which is quite unique. I could be sitting at lunch with a group of players one day and the next day will be completely different, whereas in my previous experiences there's a lot of time been certain cliques and people that you hang out with. Here everyone genuinely gets on. We've got no bad eggs in the team, in my opinion, and I think that transfers onto the pitch. You can see how we celebrate together as a team, how if one person scores a great goal, everyone's just happy for them. There's not so much ego. And I think that puts us in a really good place.
Matt, it's not every week you get the chance to share the park with players like Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, etc. How do you mentally prepare yourself for that sort of challenge? How excited are you to test yourself in the middle of the park with guys like that? Yeah,
I think that's my approach. It's more of a test of where I'm at. I'm more looking forward to it than anything. Obviously, these guys I've watched when I was growing up, and things I've watched from them I've added to my game in a sense. So yeah, just excited to see where me and the boys stand against them. I know that they're quality players, but once we're on the pitch, to me they're just another footballer. We're Celtic and they're Real Madrid, but it's just 11 human beings versus another 11 human beings, in my opinion.
Matt, last week against Ross County was our first midweek game of the season. Does it suit the group to have that Tuesday, Wednesday into the weekend games? Do you thrive off lots of games coming thick and fast?
I think so, yeah. I think with the depth of our squad, it helps, everyone get minutes as well, because when it's just Saturday to Saturday games, some people may not play as much. So from a fitness perspective, it allows everyone to stay sharp. Allows us to use the rotation in the squad, which is important, so everyone's sharp when called upon. So yeah, I think it's a positive.